What about simple things like you know you did a great job, but you're not being recognized for it? Let's not talk about pay, right? You may feel that you're underpaid. But you do a great job, but you don't even get a pat on the back, right? You don't even get recognition. So there are a lot of things. You need the right environment, right? That to me is the most important, because when is money ever enough? You can be paid $5,000 more, and you go from Pricewaterhouse to Accenture, or an Accenture to a Pricewaterhouse. But vice versa, if the environment is not right, I can guarantee you that you're probably going to leave in 6, 8 months or a year, whatever it is. Okay, because that conducive environment is not there for you. It is for you to learn new skills, for you to be rotated to acquire new knowledge, for you to have a supportive boss, right? And yes, certainly for you to be paid according to your productivity.
Dato Johan, who do you support? Tengku Zafrul or Reza?
Yeah, I support them both, actually. I was just thinking about this question that Reza mentioned, that he's quite right. If you be really honest, we can do a lot in terms of recruiting and so on. And when people get in, very often, I'm sure in most employers, then it's very hard to ensure that right level of engagement is there. The pat on the back you're talking about, the ability to actually have a decent conversation with a superior about your career future. That's really hard to ensure that everybody is doing that, because the moment that one department or one group of middle-ranking managers don't do that, then there's a whole bunch of people down below who are not engaged. They're the ones likely to go. So we find very high correlation between groups, parts of our office where there is lack of engagement, like you're talking about, and higher attrition or turnover. Very hard to get that right. We try, and I'm sure a lot of employers try, and it's all about behavior change, and something we try to do, because there are very often people like myself who are at the top of the firm or any company, the older generation, never had engagement. We didn't expect engagement. Just not to be shouted at was a good day, and so it's very hard for people of that generation to actually turn around, and maybe here we're talking about your parents, for example. Think of that at work. To turn around and change their behavior and suddenly be more engaging, and talk to young people on an equal basis. Let's talk about serious matters, because when they don't really want to do that. So you have a lot of training to do, and not just training of young people, but you have a lot of soft skills training, including how to treat employees and how to treat the people who report to you. That has to be done in any large, especially large organization. I think a small one, you can probably have quite easily a family feeling going on there, but in a large one, it multiplies. It's very hard to do. And I as a employer of that type, I can say that it is tough, but we try. And one of the things we do is we get these surveys about whether people feel engaged, and try to narrow down on which group is sort of unengaged, etc., and trying to work on that. So, yeah, it is a big problem, Reza, I must say, as an employer, speaking as an employer.
Yeah, Reza?
Can I just add, I would summarize it this way. I think talent engagement is extremely important, and also cultural alignment. We did a survey, and often people who leave their jobs, it's not because they can't do their jobs. It's because they don't fit into the company. So, on a candidate's perspective as well, before you join any organization, you also have to internalize within yourself, right? Do I fit into this company? Does the culture of this company fit? So do your own homework before you even go into a company, because then a retention issue will surface.